The Perrysburg Invitational Tournament put a lot in perspective for the local wrestling scene. The Yellow Jackets are still elite. St. John's Gage Yaki is going to be a force to be reckoned with at 190. And we learned a lot about this week's grappler featured in On the Mats with Coach Coverly. Take a look.
He executed our game plan excellently, and really put himself in a match that against one of the top kids at D1. I think the kid was ranked 5th in the state, and so he can wrestle with anyone.
And Logan George is going to win it with a late match charge.
Well, he got a late takedown, but I think my shot defense got better. As you saw, he had my leg up on his shoulder, and I think I can just keep improving from there.
Ayden Wilson is all about balancing the good with the bad.
Any speed bump in the way, he really just rolls through, and he's determined. He's determined, and his mindset just never wavers.
Beyond the mental side of the sport, Ayden brings experience on the mat.
I got more confident in my attacks over the summer at Disney. I traveled a lot, wrestled a lot, just overall got better and more confident.
Add in a unique signature move.
I feel like I have a good underhook to a knee pick. I feel like kids really aren't expecting an underhook for like my size, because a lot of underhooks are meant with bigger kids, but I say I'm quick enough to do it.
And the Rossford senior could be set to accomplish his biggest goal for the season.
Last year I went to state, but fell short. I want to at least place. I know I can get higher, but placing is my number one. I think it would mean a lot because usually I'm not really seeded the highest or anything, and I would like to prove them wrong.
To help us learn more about Ayden Wilson, we now bring in our BCSN wrestling analyst, Ralph Coverly. Coach, thanks so much for joining me today.
Thanks, it's a pleasure to be here.
So you heard Ayden talk about that underdog mentality that he takes. How can that positively impact a wrestler on the mat?
Well, when you're the underdog, people don't expect much from you, and then you can catch them and surprise them. And that's exactly what Ayden Wilson's done over the last few tournaments.
You hear him talk about his signature takedown, which is that underhook to a knee pick. Why is that unique to see for someone wrestling in the 170 weight class?
Well, it's not just unique in the 175-pound weight class. It's unique in wrestling because it's a tough takedown to master, actually. And if you can master and get the kids your opponent to step the way you need to and take that shoulder and block that knee, you put those guys on their back, you're up 5-0.
What are the added skills that you need to be able to execute that takedown?
Well, you got to be athletic. Obviously, got to be athletic, which Ayden is. He's strong, he's fast, he's quick, and he's very well conditioned.
So finally, I know you were on the call at the pit. What did you take notice of him there wrestling in such a close but also low-scoring match that really came down to the final whistle?
Well, what I saw out of Ayden was a lot of grit. You know, that's the word of today, grit in athletics, you know, and that was grit. The young man that he wrestled from Centerville was a machine. He was tough, and to be honest with you, I didn't think it was going to be that close. And when I watched Ayden perform that night, he gained a lot of respect, not only from the people at the tournament, but from me. He showed me that he's on the cusp of doing something really good.
Beyond grit, I'd almost want to add heart for him. He seems to be a wrestler with heart. But thanks, Coach, for joining me to help us learn more about Ayden Wilson.
Thank you.